Welcome to another episode of the Star Wars Vintage Collection Action Figure Review. Today's episode, we're looking at VC-94, Imperial Navy Commander, but originally this character was called Death Squad Commander when he appeared on the 12-back, one of the original 12 figures that came out from Kenner in 1977. So let's take a quick look at him. The review isn't really about this, but I just want to give you the history of the character. The character was called the Death Squad Commander, and this upset parents, and they changed the card to Star Destroyer Commander from the Empire Strikes Back wave in 1980, and then it remained through Return of the Jedi and Power of the Force. He was known as Star Destroyer Commander for those waves. So just wanted to give that quick little history. So let's take a look at the actual figures that we're looking at for this review. Okay, let's look at the second figure. This figure, it comes from the Villain set from 2007. So back in the 70s, Kenner created these 3 packs to sell figures. The pack had Darth Vader, Death Squad Commander, and a Stormtrooper. So in 2007, the VC collection created a repro version of that, which had the more modern figures in the same type of packaging. And that set contained Stormtrooper VC-14, Darth Vader VC-93, and a new sculpt of the Death Squad Commander. Now, this isn't a bad sculpt, but he's way too big for the line. Like the character, they made this character way too tall. It has some pretty good articulation, so you can remove the helmet and see the dark-haired version of one of these Imperial troopers. It has the insert joints on the arms and legs, as you can see here and here. He has a swivel waist. He's got a holster for his E11 blaster. It's really not that great of a figure, but they just built it to throw it in. He's definitely out of scale. He's way too big, but it's okay. It's not the best. It's definitely not up to par for the vintage collection. But yeah, this one came in that package. So now I want to take a look at the more definitive one, or the definitive one. This is VC-94, and this is what they called him now is the Imperial Naval Commander, and this is the figure that they've used since. So he has a removable helmet, and you can take a look at the sculpt. It's pretty good head sculpt. He's not like gigantic like the last guy you saw. He's regular size at the scale of the human size characters for the most part. He's got, swivel, mid-swivel. He's got a ball joint head. He's got the insert joints in the elbows and the knees, as you can see. He's got a holster, not as large as the last one. He's got a DL11 blaster and much more screen accurate. The all-black tunic, much like the last one we looked at, but he's not a giant crazy looking figure. So this is a definitive version. I would like to see, to fix it up, maybe change the blaster, the holster a little bit. I don't think it really needs it, but for this weapon it doesn't. But if you wanted to give him an E11 blaster, then you can do that. Change the head sculpt, give a different face for the character, so you can have build somewhat army build, but not a lot, obviously. It's definitely a definitive version of the character. There's really not much more you can do with this character, but he's definitely a figure you need for your collection, especially for the Empire. But yeah, I would say this is a definitive version. Like I said, maybe change the head sculpt to have variety, and that's it. I mean, this is a pretty basic figure, especially one that needs to be made because it's one of the original 12. So that's this episode of Star Wars Vintage Collection Action Figure Review. I hope to see you next time. We'll have another episode coming soon. Thank you so much.